Okay, good morning. This is a short demonstration of your case flange part which you've sent over to us. This is on the Microview Vertex. It's a 251, so it has a 250 by 160 capacity. It has a touch probe which we're going to be using very briefly in this program. We haven't measured absolutely everything. It does need a little bit of fixturing to present the hole at an angle normal to the touch probe, because that would be the best way of measuring it. But we've done 80% of the measurements, and I think you'll generally get the idea. Now, we've written a program, so if you come in, Matt, a little bit and have a look at this. We've written a measuring routine on Inspect software. This is ready to go, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run this program so you can see what's going on. So if I just press start, this should start the measuring routine automatically. So Matt, again, if you have a look at the screen here, you can see on the screen here it's now starting to measure the outside of the flange. It then measures the middle of the bore, and now it's going to start focusing on the surface. So you can see here on the routine, now we're measuring one of the holes. We're measuring an undercut by focus, so we're creating a plane by focus, and actually now what's going to happen is we're going to measure all four of these bores. So what I did is I wrote a program for one, and then I copied them across in essence. So it's now going to repeat. If I just change the view here, you can see it in profile, so you can see now it's measuring up here, then it's measuring the bore, and then it's measuring the undercut diameter, and then it's measuring the bottom of the undercut itself. So that repeats. It's going to do a fourth one now. Look, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It measures the diameter, then it measures the undercut diameter, and then the flange again. Okay, so it's just coming to the end of those four components. So that's going to give us the depth, the diameter, and the diameter of the okay, so this is the face where the nose comes down. We're measuring that. We also measure the radius, this 10mm radius going up the top. So you can see we're measuring that too. And now what it's doing, it's measuring, and let me just show you the view on this. Can you see now it's measuring the top face? So this is the top face of the bore diameter, so obviously there's a height on there. So again, we're making a focus on the bottom, and now a focus right on the top of the bore, which we're doing. And then we measure the diameters. Oh, no, this is actually right down the bottom inside the hole. So that's the face of the surface, so we can measure the depth in that sense. Now, this is something I've had a try. It's measuring the curve, the radius at the bottom of the hole. Now the diameters you can see at the top, so we're measuring the diameter there, then the top diameter, and then the outer diameter of the part. So there you go. So we effectively measure 3 diameters in one. Okay, now it goes and gets a touch probe. Have a look at this, Matt. Okay, here we go. Now this is measuring the plane. We could put a frosted glass on it, which we haven't got at the moment, and that would measure it by focus, so it'd be perfectly adequate to do it that way. But just to give you an idea of the touch probe being used, so that creates a flange, the face on the glass. Right, now I've then paused the program. It says now turn the part over. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn the part over like so, and just put it back in its mini fixture, and I'm just going to press OK. So what it should do now is it measures the bore again to find it, measures the outside to make sure that it knows where the orientation is. Okay, now this is measuring the chamfer at the bottom of the hole, and you can see that there's some red marker on it, which doesn't help. Anyway, then the bore, and now this is measuring the cylinder. We can focus inside. Can you see here? It's measuring the cylinder. I'll just zoom in there for you. You can see it's measuring the bore by focus here. So it's picking up the diameter and also the angle as well, which is something that you need to measure. Measuring the diameter of the hole, the depth of the hole, and we're getting now very close to the end of the program. I'm going to switch to this, if I can. Oh, it's done it too quickly. It's created an SPC chart. So here are all the features that are being exported. All these are individual features, and if you look here, dimension 1, dimension 2, dimension 3, these are all the features highlighted in the HiQA program. Now the problem I've got is I haven't got Excel on this particular machine, so what we would normally do is from this software it would export straight into the HiQA, create your measuring report, and what I'm now going to do is I'm going to take this data and I'm going to show you that on a separate PC. Thank you.